Look, bro, let's be real. You're working 50 hours a week, but your bank account looks exactly the same as it did last year. You're playing a game where the rules were never explained to you. We've been told that a good job is the end goal, but a job is just trading your most precious asset, your time, for a flat fee. The second you stop running, the money stops flowing. That's a trap. The rich don't work for money, they make their money work for them. If what you buy takes money out of your pocket, it's a liability. If it puts money in, it's an asset. It's that simple. To show you how this works, we're running a $100,000 experiment. We're dropping $100K into every tier today to see who's actually free and who's still working in 20 years. Welcome to F tier. This isn't an investment strategy, it's a wealth crematorium. This is where money goes to be set on fire. First up, the lottery. It's a tax on people who can't do math. You are literally more likely to be hit by lightning twice than you are to hit the jackpot. It's a dream that keeps you poor. Meet the status seeker. He looks like a millionaire on Instagram, but he's one missed paycheck away from losing everything. He buys things to impress people he doesn't even like. The second you drive a new car home, you lose $20,000 of your net worth. You just worked an entire year of your life just to pay for that new car smell. It's not just the price, it's the insurance, the repairs, and the gas. A luxury car is a liability that charges you a coolness tax every single day. Designer clothes. Bro, nobody actually cares about your $1,200 shoes if you're taking the bus to a job you hate. Buying brands doesn't make you rich, it makes the brand owner rich. Then we have the hot tips and the moon coins. If the only reason you're buying something is because you hope a bigger idiot will buy it from you later, you're gambling, not investing. In 20 years, your $100K in F tier is gone. It didn't grow, it didn't stay flat, it's dead. You're starting over at zero. D tier. These won't kill your wealth overnight, but they'll make sure you never get ahead. It's a slow, painful bleed that feels like safety. Physical gold. People buy this because they're scared. They think it's the ultimate safety. But gold doesn't do anything. It just sits there in a box. Gold is a hedge, not a wealth builder. Over 50 years, it barely keeps up with inflation. It doesn't pay dividends, it doesn't grow, and it doesn't hire people. It's a dead asset. Buying just one rental property. You think it's passive income, but then a pipe bursts or a tenant stops paying. Now you have a low-paying job as a janitor for your own house. Penny stocks. You think you're finding the next Amazon, but you're actually playing a game rigged by pros. You're gambling against supercomputers. You're gonna lose. In 20 years, your $100K in D tier has grown, but it buys less than it did when you started. You've worked hard, but you're still behind. Welcome to C tier, the waiting room. This is where the middle class lives. It feels safe, it's clean, and it's the reason you'll be working until you're 85. It's not a death sentence, but it's definitely not freedom. High-yield savings accounts. Everyone on the internet tells you to park your cash here. And look, it's great for an emergency fund, but as an investment, you're barely keeping your head above water. Government bonds. You're lending your money to the government so they can spend it today and pay you back with cheaper money in 10 years. It's the safest way to stay exactly where you are. REITs. This is real estate for people who don't want to do the work. You own a tiny piece of a mall or an office park. You get a tiny check, but you have zero control over the asset. In 20 years, your $100K in C tier has grown, but it buys less than it did when you started. You didn't lose, but you definitely didn't win. B tier. This is the foundation. This is the minimum level you need to reach if you ever want to stop trading your hours for dollars. This is where the math starts to work for you. The S&P 500 index. Instead of trying to guess which company will win, you just buy the 500 biggest winners on the planet. If one fails, another one takes its place. It's the ultimate set it and forget it. Compound interest. It starts slow, but it ends with a bang. You aren't just making money on your money, you're making money on the interest. This is how normal people become millionaires. Remember our $100,000 experiment? In 20 years, it turns into nearly $2 million while you sleep. You didn't have to be a genius, you just had to be patient. Dividend stocks. These are boring companies that pay you just for owning them. It's the ultimate mailbox money. You get a check every quarter, no matter what the market does. This is also where portfolio real estate lives. Not one house, but 10. You hire people to fix the toilets. You are the CEO of your own little empire. A tier, the wealth accelerators. This is where things get interesting, but here's the catch. You usually need to be rich already just to get through the door. Private equity. This is when you invest in massive companies before they go public. The returns can be double the stock market, but the risk is higher and your money is locked away. Franchises. This is a business in a box. You don't have to invent anything, you just buy a proven system and follow the rules. If you have the cash, it's a shortcut to ownership. Commercial real estate. You aren't renting to families, you're renting to Starbucks or Walmart. In many deals, they pay the taxes, the insurance, and the repairs. You just collect the rent. S tier, the God tier of wealth. This is how the 0.1% actually live. This isn't about being comfortable, this is about being completely, totally free. This is the end game. Number 1, owning a profitable business. Not a job where you are the engine, but a business where you own the engine. If the business dies when you go on vacation, you don't own a business, you own a job. In S tier, we use leverage. In every other tier, your income is limited by your time. In S tier, you build something once that works 1,000,000 times while you sleep. Scalable digital assets. This is the modern gold mine. You don't need a warehouse or a factory, you just need code or content. You build the asset once and the internet sells it for you forever. Think about software. You write the code once, then 10,000 people pay you every single month to use it. It costs you almost nothing to serve them. That is how you print money in the 21st century. Media and audience. Attention is the new oil. If you own the audience, you own the market. You don't even have to sell a product. Companies will pay you just to talk to your people. And finally, equity in a high-growth company. This is how overnight billionaires are made. You build a company for 5 years, then you sell your ownership for a 10x multiplier. You get paid for a lifetime of work in one day. So, you know the tiers, but how do you actually move up? If you're broke today, you can't buy an apartment complex. You need a roadmap. Let's build it. Step 1, stop the bleeding. You cannot build a skyscraper on a swamp. If you're buying F-tier garbage to look rich, you're staying poor. Cut the status games and keep your cash. Move to C tier. Get that boring savings account. It's not an investment, it's a peace of mind fund. You need this so you don't panic when things get tough. Now, automate your B tier. Set up a recurring buy for the S&P 500. This is your insurance policy. If all your S-tier dreams fail, this B-tier foundation will still make you a millionaire in 30 years. Finally, use your free time to pivot to S-tier. Stop watching other people live their lives and start building your own assets. Write the book, film the video, or code the app. This is the only way to escape the 40-year grind. Every dollar you spend is a seed. You can either eat the seed today or plant it so it feeds you for the rest of your life. Which one are you choosing? Remember our experiment. In 20 years, the person who bought the cool stuff has nothing. The person who bought the boring assets has freedom. The choice is yours. The best time to start was 10 years ago. The second best time is right now. Go move one asset up a tier today. Just one. If you want to learn how to master S-tier assets, hit that subscribe button. We're building a community of owners, not consumers. I'll see you in the next one.